There is a lot in my book of Dragon Shadows that is actually very personal. Things that I've forgotten, but things that I cannot forget as well. Things that happened to us in our path of the dragon sometimes is something that you will forget or something that you will never, ever, ever forget. And this was something that I wrote in my book of Dragon Shadows that I will not forget at all. There are a lot of things that I want to share with you, a lot of things that can help you, and this is one of them. This is how I even made a drawing, and I will try to let you show this drawing in the form of a thumbnail. But I made a drawing of what I've seen that day. I cannot even draw, but I tried to do my best because this was so lively and so realistic. You know that Tiamat is my dragon goddess. She is the dragon goddess of all of the serpents and dragons. She is mother of all of the dragon spirit. All of the water that you can see here is Tiamat's blood. All of the trees that you can see here is Tiamat's body. Tiamat is still alive here, and she is a dragon goddess. She is a creator of every single thing that is alive. Even humanity don't want to see that. Even humanity is afraid of that because Tiamat is as well darkness, and Tiamat is being seen as the dark side, but in fact she is the creator. And in my book of Dragon Shadows, the first time I've ever met her was actually that I didn't even know what she was. But she came actually unknowingly in front of me, in my vision, in front of my altar. And this was a indeed a gigantic dragon. Tiamat was not how she was described as in the old days, but I didn't even know that it was her in the beginning. You know, I searched down for her name because she was indeed a goddess that I could feel very much. Ever since that she came to me, I have a lot more connection with nature and connection with waters. But she came in front of me with gigantic wings. She was actually not using her wings. She was floating over greenery that I even see to this day. Greenery like you can see in this forest. She was floating over it, her wings touching the greenery. And she was having her hands like gigantic claws as well, but she was careful. She was holding it straight because she had something in her hand. And she was looking at me with yellow eyes that I could see to this day, the yellow eyes from Tiamat. That she had something in her hands that she was very careful with. She was looking at me, floating over the greenery, and just standing there, waiting until I see what is beneath the cloak that she had in her hands. And I've seen a lot of pictures of myself when I was a baby, but that was me. That was me that she was holding there. She wanted to show me something that I had in my book of Dragon Shadows that I didn't immediately understood. And this is what you have to understand, my brother or sister, because I had a lot of doubts, not from myself anymore, but from you. A lot of people on the dragon's path, they always claim not to be born with the dragon. Not to be born with the dragon. The dragon is something that, according to them, that you summon. No. This is not how the dragon's path works. The dragon's path is that you are born with the dragon ever since the beginning of time, even that you were together with the dragon. It was always meant to be that the dragon was not letting you go. That was what Tiamat was trying to tell me, not with words, not with anything, but with images that I even have in a drawing. Like I said, I will try to show you through the thumbnail, if I can find to put it there, if I can find a way. And so Tiamat showed me actually that every single one of us, not only myself, but also you, for example, you can have a trigger on the dragon's path because of a reason. Because you can, that's the same reason why we love nature so much, because we are a child of it. Well, you are a child of the dragon. And the dragon will never let you go anywhere, not in this entire universe, even though you are a few pages further, the dragon will always find you. Whenever you were born, my brother or sister, in this hospital, on that table, when your mother was giving life to you, your dragon was always with you in that hospital. That your dragons, even all of them, managed to find a way to be there. But you were born with the dragon. That is why you have such a feeling for the dragon. That is why the dragon's path is not artificial. That is why you cannot lie inside of the dragon's path. We are taking this not because people ask us to do this, but because we want this, but because we are born with this. This is a gift. This is something that you cannot lose. One simple trigger is taking care that you know that you are by the dragon's side, that you are on the dragon's path, that you have a draconic energy awakened within you. Yeah, in fact, I wrote in my book of Dragon Shadows, if when I can see here, whenever I discovered, I've seen myself in this cloak that she had, in this towel. It was something white. That if I could see myself in this vision with a floating dragon that is holding me, being very careful not to hurt the baby, and she was actually looking at me with these draconic eyes, really draconic, snake-like eyes, but yellow, very yellow, and so much horns. She indeed, like a dragon god should, came before me like a gigantic dragon with enormous wings that were not even in use, even though she was floating and showing me that every single one of us is born with the dragon and is a child of the dragon, is a child of the dragon gods as well, is a child of the dragon. Your spirit is fire, your spirit is Fafnir, your spirit is a dragon spirit. And so you don't have to see less than this, but lose the doubt, because there is so much doubt. There is so much and I understand very much where this is coming from, because I the first thing that I felt in front of my dragon was that I was I lesser than my dragon. I was lesser. I was always saying no, I'm not worthy of this. But in fact you are. In fact, and I was doing the same thing, doubt and feeling lesser and feeling all of these bad things. But the dragon will teach you to get rid of it, because the dragon, especially your dragon god, will be there to show you the truth. And Tiamat showed me the truth, what actually she was. She was a dragon goddess. She still is a dragon goddess, the creator of all things. And that is why some people, they say there is only one God. Well, no, I disagree. If you can feel this, if you are awakened, if you are touched by the dragon, especially the dragon gods, you can feel the universe. You can feel all of the truths. You can feel everything. And it doesn't make sense to say this to anyone, because they have to see it themselves. It doesn't make any sense to come in front of somewhere and say how it all is, because it's too big to explain. It's too complicated to explain. But the only thing that you need to know is that you indeed have a dragon god by your side. They are born with you. I cannot say this enough. The dragon is born with you, and the dragon gods as well. They were there when you were born, and they are still there where you are to this day. And so you don't have to feel anything less than this. And to be very honest, whenever I think back on this image with Tiamat as a Western dragon, not using her wings, floating over this greenery, showing me myself, this was something that like I said, every step in the dragon's path is very emotional. At that moment, I knew what she was what she wanted to say with this, but I didn't want to accept it in the beginning, and that is also the doubt. That is also the feeling of being lesser. But that is just it. The dragon doesn't want you to feel lesser. The dragon doesn't want you to kneel. You can call them dragon gods because they are creators. They are the creators of life. But they don't ask for worship. They don't ask. They only ask to be recognized. Recognized. That they are there. You know that they are there. And don't say anything like this, that you are not born with a dragon, that you cannot feel your dragon. Just be yourself. Whenever you want to feel the dragon, don't force anything, because it doesn't make any sense that you are forcing yourself. Forcing yourself on the dragon's path doesn't make sense. Just let your instincts go. And every ritual that you are doing is from the heart and the soul and the spirit and the mind. Everything last minute, because the dragon wants to see you and no one else. Let everything disappear and let it just be you and your dragon that are together, having a dragon dance, talking to each other. My dragon is talking with me all the time, even on the job, here in the forest, everywhere. That is how connected you got to be on the dragon's path. This connection with you and your dragon god and your dragon by your side. You, I cannot say it enough, are born with the dragon.